So far, we've looked at leadership and development in a school and how to support and develop team working. We've given you the opportunity to seek feedback on your own performance and further plan your professional development. Learning Outcome 4 is an opportunity to support change and innovation in your school. The SBM Competency Framework identifies that SBMs develop innovation, actively encouraging and supporting the identification and implementation of innovative ideas across schools so that improvements can be made. What do we mean by change and innovation? Innovation is a new process or way of doing things, and change is the way in which we manage the introduction of that new process. Change is unavoidable in education, and when it is required, we often need to innovate, to do something new, to ensure that our schools can meet requirements which are often legal or regulatory. If we think about the point at which universal infant free school meals were introduced, for example, that change, the fact that this had to be done, was imposed on schools. The driver was external. However, schools had some freedom to work out the way in which they would deliver the meals. Many chose innovative solutions such as pod kitchens rather than more traditional routes, as they concluded this was the best solution for their school. Innovation can also be internally driven, where current processes are not working effectively, and you will look at processes within business management in your school where improvements could be made, thinking about the benefits innovation could bring in those areas. You will then carry out an evaluation of those innovation opportunities. Evaluation requires a specific approach. You need to use a benchmark, something objective, so that the evaluation is fair and balanced rather than based solely on your own views. There is a useful structure with appropriate questions in the online materials that will help you with your evaluation for this section. The activities in this section ask you to identify an area for innovation. You then need to prepare a relatively short PowerPoint presentation about the benefits of this innovation and promote the innovation opportunity you've identified in your own area of responsibility. In order to be successful in this part of the assessment, you will need to deliver the presentation to at least 3 stakeholders at different levels. Although we ask you to prepare the PowerPoint in week 9 of your studies, we recognise that it may not be possible to complete the presentation to the 3 stakeholders in the same week. You will need to complete it before the end of the unit, as you will need feedback in the form of a signed statement from the stakeholders for your portfolio. You may recall that earlier in this unit you needed to assess your own presentation skills. If you did not have a presentation to base that assessment on at that time, you can use this presentation as the basis for your assessment. Don't forget, you'll be required to provide a copy of your presentation and a signed statement in your portfolio to demonstrate that you have delivered the presentation. The statement must be from someone who attended.